What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome to the channel. We're breaking down the act. Dude, what are we doing? What are they doing, bro? This is why I'm at Universal. Screw Disney, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
it looks like a cool view.
Bro, I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, actually, I don't know if you can see it from here.
We can see out the windows. It looks really nice. Loads of mountains everywhere.
So
looks like you got a president suite.
So if you can see out the far window over here, like the far window, Harcourt's castle is like right there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera though, dude.
Well, there's
Not quite.
Like from somewhere now.
Oh, we can kind of see the castle in the far left of the corner. Yeah, the very far left bottom corner.
Yeah, it's tough because of the glare, but it's like right out that like the far window.
Nice.
How it works out. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. I don't know how long I can be on this thing talking about this show anymore. We are actually going to the world premiere of Cobra Kai season 6. We get to see the first 2 episodes tonight, and apparently some cast will be showing up. So
never seen an episode.
You never seen Cobra Kai, dude?
Nope, never.
Oh, I feel like you told me that before. Yeah, dude, it's a good show, man. You should watch it. But yeah, this is the final season. I think they're dropping it in like 2 or 3 sections too. So what's going on, chat? What's up, Quick? What's up, Kenneth Bird?
Hey,
what
guys.
A great season finale. And an awesome TV show, Emmys. Yeah. Oh god, dude. So I actually went while we were driving out here, because we left Vegas today and we literally just got to the hotel room. I saw that you did drop a video on your thoughts of Acolyte. I have not listened to it.
I was just walking to the store and I thought, why don't I just talk to my phone for 5 minutes? Just a short one.
Yeah. So I have it pulled up. I guess we'll go through this thing as best we can. I'm gonna try to get out of here in less than 45 minutes if possible, because I do want to make sure we can get to this premiere thing. So dude, I don't know. You know, obviously I knew going in it wasn't going to be very good. You know, the whole series has been terrible, and you know, last week we both agreed it was horrible. Yep. And yesterday, let's just break this thing down, dude. And let me just pull it up easier. So I guess the episode begins with Smilo Ren over here. You know, it's so funny. They never even really gave this dude a name. I guess it's just Quimir. They know. Yeah, I guess they don't really. He doesn't have like the Darth name or whatever. But so here we have him, and May is struggling with the helmet. Oh my gosh, you could not breathe in it. Why? Why? It's stupid. I don't know.
Well, it was locking out all of her outside thoughts, I guess, and it was making her, I don't know, making her succumb to her true feelings, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess I just don't understand the breathing unless it was more of, you know, like you said, maybe it was more her because of these visions she all of a sudden can have. And are we supposed to believe it's her, or are we supposed to believe it's this helmet? I'm assuming it's her, I guess, because it's not like we saw him have visions, but he knew exactly what she was talking about.
Well, we kind of saw him with the black eyes, didn't we? So he was being possessed as well. It was kind of like a metaphor of him, I guess, overcoming his darkness, because they were showing that with dark eyes and then light eyes. So he overcame the darkness.
I guess. I thought it was really, really odd when his eyes turned black. Like, it did, again, no explanation. Like, why did that happen? We've never seen that happen. It's just, I mean, I guess I'm trying to think. Back in episode 3, there you go, right there. Back in episode 3, what's his face's Tom and Baratheon? This is
Torben.
Eyes. Oh, Torben, yeah.
Yeah, his eyes go black when he's possessed by the mother. Yeah.
So I don't really understand what they're trying to show here. Like, was she possessing him? I don't know, man. It's just, there's no explanation. You know, yeah. I don't know what we're supposed to believe.
I agree.
But, yeah. Whatever. It's, you know, it's the Acolyte. So she sees some type of visions, and we find out that she is seeing May killing Saul, I guess, back on Bendock or whatever.
Yeah.
I think pretty much what he explains. So, and then, you know, this is weird. This is a weird conversation right here, dude. Like, he's like, oh, we'll see who can get to her first. And he's like, oh, there's only one you know, vehicle to take. And they're like, okay, we'll just go. You can just come with me. Okay. And they're like, going to hold hands and go on the same ship. Like, I don't understand the dialogue, man. The dialogue was
the dialogue is terrible.
I'm like, what's the point of all that dialogue if we're going to just take the same ship? Like, it's just so strange. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. The writing let this show down. I think there are some parts of this show that could be redeemed, but it's automatically covered with an umbrella of just poor writing, poor dialogue, and I'm sorry, but poor acting as well, which we'll get onto in a little bit. But yeah, poor acting from a very certain character in the show. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I actually didn't mind Cormier because
I love Cormier.
I mean, I feel like we all pretty much called it back in episode 2. Like, you know, and I mean, that was obviously everyone's first guess. Like, oh, he's going to be Smilo, right? And you know, I went on record saying I just can't believe that Disney would make it that obvious. And I'm like, that's why I kind of was going with other characters.
You had hope. You had hope back then,
right? I had hope that they could actually write a better story, and obviously, I was proven wrong. But Dan says, I think because they're not twins, they are the same person. That is a clone of the mother. Who is a clone of the mother?
The girls.
I'm not sure. Poppin says, we are chatting about the test screen that comes at 2 a.m. Yeah, bro, that's what we're talking about.
Paris film.
Let's see. What did I think? She says she loves it. I mean, I definitely don't love it.
Didn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree. The writing isn't nearly as bad as you think when you watch it from the beginning. It makes it. Yeah, I mean, here's my problem. Now that I see how it ended, I hated probably five of the 8 episodes. Like, I just thought it was horrible. And I don't really have a desire to go back and watch it. Like, if you're gonna make me want to go watch a show again, like, for example, Mandalorian season 1, I've watched 3 times all the way through because I enjoyed it all the way through. Mandalorian season 2, I've watched 3 times all the way through, and I probably have watched the Ahsoka episode. What is the episode with Boba that when he kind of pops in? Is that 5 or it's like 5 or 6, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, one of those.
I'm pretty sure Ahsoka was 4. Maybe Ahsoka was 5. So maybe it was 5, 6, 7, and 8. Because 7 is the one with Bill Burr, which that episode is great because Bill Burr is great. You know, and there's your big difference. Like, think of Bill Burr. He you know, I understand he's a comedian, but the dude got into the role of his character and crushed it. It's so good. Bill Burr is so good. But yeah, I mean, like episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 all the way through. I mean, and then the Luke episode I've watched like probably 10 times. But that's, you know, that's just, to me, that's the difference. Like, it makes me want to go back and rewatch it. And it's funny, dude, because Ahsoka, we were all over the place in that show. Like, we didn't really care for the first 2 episodes. It got better then, and then we got the you know, the great scenes with Hayden actually coming back and actually looking like Hayden, unlike in Kenobi. And you know, but I haven't gone back and watched Ahsoka because I don't like the way it ended as far as with the Sabine character. And Sabine was one of my favorite characters in Rebels, and I just don't think they did a great job, you know, bringing that onto the screen and then having her be force sensitive. For what reason? I don't know why she needs to be force sensitive. And anyways, we're getting off track, but that's kind of like where I'm sitting there. But anyways, so they take the ship and they're like, okay, we'll just take it and we're going to go together, you know? And then, dude, I mean, honestly, like, so is Saul like is he just like the worst Jedi Master ever? Like, he doesn't know that she's trying to do this. Like, I mean, you hear the beeping, like, you know, she's got this little droid. I don't know, man. They can make him come across like he is like the worst Jedi Master ever. I don't know.
I kind of get the same sentiments, and I don't know, bro. I really wanted to like him as a Jedi, and as a character, and I just didn't get to like him. I felt like every conversation I had that he was saying, I wasn't invested because I know that it wasn't going to end. Something was going to happen in the story that made him stop mid-sentence, and we would have to continue to wait. This episode was probably my favorite of Souls in the entire season. I did like this episode. I saw in this episode, I think we got every character. We saw their light and dark side of every character in this episode. I don't know if you noticed that, but we saw that of Soul, we saw that of Vanestra, we saw that of, some of the folk, like even Mog. I can't believe Mog was still in it. But I don't know. He's weird. I don't understand how he can't tell what's going on.
I don't know, man. I just didn't really like his character in the second half of the season. I liked Saul in the beginning. He was a little dry, but really remember, I mean, Qui-Gon Jinn was a little dry too, and Qui-Gon is, one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars. But I don't know. The second half of the season with Saul, I just didn't love it. And I like this character in Squid Games, and I just have to go back to the writing of the show and making not very interesting characters. I don't know. And we'll get to it, but like even Basil, which we both kind of are like, we kind of like him. Why? Explain to me why does he take out the wires in the ship when he's about to fire? Like it doesn't. Again, Basil's the one who, at least in my opinion, Basil's the one who kind of let Soul know that it was actually May and not Osha on the ship to begin with a couple episodes ago. And now all of a sudden Basil's pulling out wires so he doesn't shoot her down. Why? Where's the explanation for that?
Maybe it was the Force intervening because they are not two, they are one. So maybe if you take one out, you take the both out, and that was the Force interjecting. I don't know, bro. I just know it was comedic, and again, it was one of those moments with Soul where nothing really gets done to its conclusion. Something always interrupts him in everything, and it's frustrating.
It is very frustrating.
I can see where 180 million got spent in this episode, though. You can definitely tell where the money got spent in this episode.
Dude, again, everything looks small. Even when they're back,
even the space scene.
The space scene is fine, but dude, that's a simple CGI. I mean, it was fine, but like, where are those scenes though in the first 7 episodes? Because I agree, it was a pretty cool scene. It was something different. It was, it kind of brought you back to like, in episode 2 when Jango Fett is being tailed by Obi-Wan and get the then the asteroids and Empire Strikes Back. So that's cool, but like, why is it only in episode 8 that we're finally getting something like that? Like that's my biggest issue with the
because
series.
She tried to secure a season 2, and she was like, "This is what we can do when we try." So we'll try for the season 2, of course. But it didn't fit very much with the story because like she could have tried to escape many times. There were certain the lines, "See you in hell, Jedi." Didn't get that. That was a very jarring line to say.
And that's basically taken right from Han Solo, right? That's from
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so when Han Solo goes out to search for Luke at the beginning of Empire, when they're on Hoth, when he takes out the Tauntaun, and the guy goes, your Tauntaun will freeze before you find him, and Han's basically like, well, then he'll see you in hell. I mean, it's basically the same line.
Okay.
Yeah. And I kind of rolled my eyes when she said it. I was just like, okay, we're taking the same line. But again, here, so he can't stop her? Like, dude, why does this guy not use the Force? Like, he's chasing her down a hallway, and she quickly gets into this ship. Like, okay, so use the Force. And
he uses it against Chimera, so why can't he use it against her?
I don't understand. This dude doesn't use it. Same thing. And when we saw last episode, when we saw how both girls were so like, why are you holding up the bridge? Why don't you just take the girls and then go off to your side?
And these are all our arguments for poor writing. Like, Headless has these questions because it's the writing that's giving these uncertainties within the story.
I just I mean, Ryan, this. Like when we went into this season, maybe I was just looking for something too much to like, I guess, because I wanted to like it. I wanted to like something different, and
Andor didn't do it for you, so you needed something different.
yeah, I'm not a big Andor fan. I mean, one day I'll have to rewatch it because I'm probably gonna, I'm sure we're gonna. I mean, you're gonna have to watch it too. Because I know you haven't even watched it.
I'm planning to watch it. Yeah, I for all I've heard, Andor stands highly above all of this stuff. So
again, there's issues, but to me, it's just a little boring. But I mean, I just need to rewatch it. Maybe I don't know. Anyways, but going back here, so like watching episodes 1 and 2, I thought episode 1 was probably the best episode of the entire series.
It set up the mystery. It set it up good.
It set it up. It gave us enough of each character. At the end of episode 1 was a little cheesy with them standing on the rock with the lightsaber, which he's talking about killing Jedi with no weapons, and he extends his lightsaber.
Forgot about that. I forgot that was what the plot was, that she had to do this to become an acolyte and kill a Jedi without a weapon. And that came back this episode, and I was like, oh my God, we've done 8 episodes. I forgot the main reason as to why we were here.
Right. And that's the whole thing. Like, it's just weirder decisions that are made. But I don't know. Again, so
there were some juicy things in this scene, though. There was some juicy things in this episode, and we'll get to them.
Yeah. Here's the space. Here's the space scene through this asteroid field.
I like it. I love the music. Love the music.
That was cool. It's funny. I like that little ship actually, the one that she kind of took. But yeah, so
Rebels, right? That connects to
yeah, it kind of reminded me of Phantom. Yeah. And then so here we go. I just missed it. So here's our boy, and he's just like, it's just, why does he undo the wires, dude? So he can't.
Phone says Basil is a creature that has such a huge, unique tracking nose that probably smells chemical changes like increased adrenaline, lactic acid rising, his muscle tense, and he knew it wasn't good. One of my favorite characters in the show, though.
Yeah, I don't understand why. He like even he even looks back at him and he's like, what are you doing?
I don't know, bro.
Are we supposed to think there's something bigger with this guy, or is it just I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to think. Why?
Because he's all attentive. This dog thing is all attentive, or whatever it is attentive throughout the whole season. And then at the end, it's running through the woods, and it just gets forgotten about. Yeah, we'll get there later, but you hear it barking really close to the girls at the tree, and then 20 minutes later, and it's still not turned up.
I just don't know. I wish I knew more.
I really do think it's poor writing.
Yeah, they needed some way to not get her killed there, I guess. Because I think Saul was gonna shoot her down. Yeah,
this one liked it, but that's exactly what it is. It's
just like the little mini anteater guys that we see on the
and the iPhone toy droid.
Yeah. So, anyways, because of Basil, she does end up getting away, and then they both end up landing on the same planet. Isn't that lovely? So there's then, and this is Bendak, right?
The crash was terrible as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, and then we get this dude. Dude, he might be the best actor in the show. Like, where is this guy the entire series? Like, this scene actually was pretty good. Again, Vanessa is just terrible. She's an awful actress. I mean, just so dry. I don't even know. Like, can we get a little personality out of her? Because there's none. It's so, I don't know. This is why, if we go back to episode 4 or 5, when we kind of did our little predictions of who we thought was going to be Smilo before it was actually announced. I think it was after episode 4. Mm-hmm. She was up there for me on my list because I'm like,
she was still bad.
She's obviously bad, but she's obviously not the Sith Master or whatever. I had thought.
So can I put a thing out there? We're not going to get season 2, but I think that she's the mother of Chimere.
She's the mother of who?
I think she's Chimere's mother, and Chimere has the marks on his back from her lightsaber when she used to whip him.
Well, I definitely think that. Yeah, well, I definitely think it's from her, but they did say that Chimere was her Padawan.
Yeah, that could just be more. He said he was from a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't quite match it how they were. But I think that she could be something to do with him, parental, like maybe his mother. We'll see.
Yeah. I
Or we
mean,
won't.
I don't know, dude. You say you really don't. I think they are going to do season 2. I really do. I think they want to ruin Plagueis for everybody. I think that's what
Well, you said his name. How long were we in it? 25 minutes, and you said his name.
Yeah, and I wasn't happy with it, man. I just wasn't.
I bet you wasn't.
What did you think?
In my little video that I posted earlier on, I called him a creepy nonce looking at the kids in the beach. This is supposed to be some badass Jedi that everybody is supposed to love and fear, and he's supposed to be really smart. And
Sith,
Sith, sorry, Sith, yeah. And he looked the part. I knew who it was as soon as I seen it. I giggled to myself, oh my god, they actually gave us Plagueis. Yeah. Like, and then, he looks the part from the pictures, but yeah, apart from that.
Yeah, I mean, the little shadowy, I mean, they definitely did some shadows there because they didn't want to like have a full out, like, because I mean, his look may get tweaked. That's probably why they do that. Which it was cool to see him, but like, the thing is, man, and again, I get it. Like, the Plagueis novel is not canon. I understand that, but
neither's the whip. That wasn't canon. Now it is. So
yeah, I know. But well, the whip technically was in Legends at some point. So they just pulled that from Legends. So that's actually that's fine. I think it's stupid. I think it's useless. I don't know what the point of a whip is, but that's a whole other conversation. But with the whole thing with Plagueis, dude. So this is how Palpatine learned to do what he does. So he is I think it's pronounced Moon or Mun. I think it's Muun. That's a species, right? And he's actually like I don't want to call him a businessman, but in a better lack of words for like what we're talking about, he is kind of like a businessman in the galaxy, and he's right there. Like, he doesn't hide in the shadows like this. Yes, in the book, a few times he does toss up his hood, and he does, because he is a Sith, but he's like Palpatine, dude. He's out there in the world for everyone to see. He doesn't hide. And it's just a weird, creepy looking scene. And obviously what they're going to do here is they're going to say, well, this is where he found out how to create life because of these witches that did it first. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
He's only been watching two kinky people on an island. He doesn't know about the twins. He doesn't know about the twins, does he? He only watched a guy bathing in the water and then a girl put a mask on. He's on that island with those two people. He's not seen the Jedis. He's not seen all those other people. So I don't understand how he has that knowledge. He's only seen the one guy and the one girl. How does he know that there's two of them?
I don't know. And we can talk about lore all we want, and apparently, I did a little research, but like he's supposedly only going to be like 18 or 19 years old right now, maybe even younger. So it's kind of odd to even have him in there. That's why I think a lot of people thought we would get Tenebrous in this, not so much Plagueis.
So at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, is Palpatine alive right now?
So,
because I swear to God, if you listen to who she's speaking to on the phone, Venestra, we cut to a scene and Venestra is talking to some intercom. If you listen closely, that sounds like Ian McDermott. It sounds like it's supposed to be Palpatine.
Did you watch the credits?
I didn't watch the credits,
so I don't know.
But I don't know if you want to listen to it backstage yourself, because I don't know if you got those vibes. But I thought that Palpatine was in this episode as well with his voice.
I mean, I could probably play that little clip. Usually it's like 5 seconds you can play.
Bro, it was near the beginning. It was probably near the beginning when she.
It was at the beginning of the episode?
It's near the beginning. She's talking to something on a table. Yeah, there. She's talking to some little thing on a table and it talks back to her.
It's after or before?
And to me, it sounded like Palpatine. I could be completely wrong.
Is it before he walks in?
Yeah, before, yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Because I didn't really know what to think about it. So it's probably right here. So let me see if I can play I might have to break it down a little bit, but we'll try it.
This is highly unorthodox, but I shall see what I can do.
What voice is that?
Yeah, I mean,
That sounds like Ian McDermott to me.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I mean, again, unless they're changing birth dates. I mean,
which they have done with Monday. So why can't they do it with other
dude,
people?
we're talking 87 years. I mean, you're saying that Palpatine would have been over 100 years old. You know, I don't think it's helps. Yeah, it
sounds like him though.
It could definitely be Plagueis though. But yeah, they definitely make it very they make it very it does sound like him a little bit. I would have to pull up the credits and see, but I don't think it can be him yet.
It sounds unnatural.
I mean,
Plagueis is again somewhere. You don't just become a supervillain overnight. And yes, he's a nun, no Palps, he's not alive, but his father was a senator. Okay.
So if we look it up really quick, I'll just look up.
So yeah, Palps was not alive at this point. It does sound like him. They didn't give credit to him in the credits either. Okay.
So I'm looking.
I don't even. Yeah, you don't even want to get me started on the final shot. Oh my god.
Yeah. I knew you.
I nearly lost my shit, bro. I nearly lost my shit.
So this So what year does this take place? The show in? Because it says that he was born in 82 BBY. So when he died, he was probably like 87-ish, somewhere in that range. So this show takes place in what? But what year is that? I can't remember. I thought it was 87. So he's probably just a couple years from. He's probably a couple years short of being born.
I think it was a tease and nothing more. Okay, that makes sense. 132 BBY, or is it 119 BBY?
So it says 132 BBY. So Palpatine technically won't be born for another 50 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it says 100 years. I know it's 87 years though. I know they confirmed it was 87 years, not really 100. Well, I guess technically it is 87 years. I guess it's 87 years before the Battle of Yavin.
Hey, Johnny Knight.
Yeah. I don't think it's Palpatine, but I kind of like that. Cool. I kind of like it because it does kind of sound like him.
It sounded like him, and then we also got the Plagueis thing, and I was like, oh my god, it's got to be him now. But yeah, obviously, if he's only 19 years old, then that makes sense.
What's up, Johnny?
Cool. Continue, bro. I don't want to distract you. Sorry for distracting you.
No, you're good, dude. So
again, you want to wrap it up within 30 minutes, and you want to get out of here for your concert soon. So,
well, we got to feed the dog anyway, so I have a little time. So yeah, she's talking to this whoever, the senator or whatever. I hope we get the sound off. So again, I like that scene, but again, I mean, this guy clearly thinks that the Jedi are evil, and I mean, how do you feel about all that? I mean, that's one of my big problems is that like why are they trying to make the Jedi look like bad guys and all this, you know? And
I genuinely thought that this guy was a plot device for season 2, so that she had something to deal with going forward into a second season, because it's not. She's going to lie to Yoda, of course, because Yoda believes that nothing has happened and nobody has died in a millennia. So Yoda's going to believe what she says, and he knows different. And I believe that that's what that was setting up. So yeah, I like the actor, I like the character. I giggled because he's also in a DC TV show, and he plays a Green Martian. He is a Green Martian, and he was talking to the Green alien girl, and it just made me laugh. I was like, hang on a minute, this is weird. I'm used to seeing him in a different show as a Green Martian. I think it was Arrow.
Arrow?
Yeah, in the Arrow multiverse with Supergirl and all those. He was in that, and he was a Green Martian.
Okay. I was thinking of something totally different. I can't remember the other show that had green people in it. I don't know, what Secret Invasion, or I don't remember.
Yeah, that had that in it, yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, maybe some people are just jealous of their power, and I understand that they I don't even know how I want to put this. I understand that they want it to be controlled, but again, at this point, we're at like 900 years with no issues with the Sith or anyone evil. I mean, that's at least what, that again, we're just going based on one guy's quote in the Phantom Menace. Obviously there's other evil out there, but like, as far as Force users, I don't know why, like, this is all of a sudden a thing. Like if during the High Republic, and I haven't read the books, so I don't know what the general thoughts are on the Senate and just general people, I guess, on what the Jedi do and who they are. But like, I don't understand why is it a thing? All of a sudden, it just becomes a thing, and supposedly no one really knows about all these murders except for Venestra and her little crew, because it doesn't even seem like Yoda knows about it. But again, we don't really know. To tell him. So you think so? How is Yoda not? Okay, we're going to skip around a little bit because we've all seen the episode. I don't need to sit here and break down this entire thing, because again, we just get this horrible scene
exposition after exposition after exposition. It's not acting when you're basically telling me what we're seeing on the screen as the character, and your lines are telling me what we're seeing on the screen. That's not acting, in my opinion. That's exposition. That's just literally saying the things we see with our own eyes as a viewer, and I don't enjoy that. And I got a lot of that from Osha and May, unfortunately. And yeah, I think you need to be a higher caliber of actor or actress to play that kind of role. Like, look at Tom Hardy when he did the Cray twins. They're both twins. They're both played by Tom Hardy, but they're both identically different characters on screen. May and Osha are not. They're exactly the same actress, and they're the same character, and there's no difference between the actress acting and the character being the character. I feel like she struggles to separate her true self as an actress into her character. I struggled with it a lot.
I agree. I mean, because if I remember correctly, when we were talking about all this and we were kind of giving grades to all the characters and everything, what are you doing? This one smells food. So
the main character of the show is my least favorite character of the show.
Yeah, exactly. And, and last week I had said, I thought maybe, I was kind of right, kind of wrong. I had said that I thought that May had actually really died and she's just suffering from a split personality.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were definitely split, I guess, into two. Apparently it was the same person. Yeah. And they ended up getting split. And I don't understand. I don't know, man. Like, May's all gung ho about wanting to kill these Jedi, and she's already killed 2 of them. And she tried to kill Saul again, and all of a sudden, okay, erase my mind. Like, it's so frustrating. I don't know. And then here's the shot of Plagueis, which again, it's not awful. It's just the way it was done. It's, again, you can kind of tell that if you know anything about Star Wars, you knew who it was right away.
I knew who it was, and I don't know everything.
Yeah, you could just go pull a picture of them online, and that's what it looks like. But again, you can tell with all the shadowing, and because they're probably gonna fix that up a little bit.
Is he a Force user?
Yeah. Yep.
Does he have a lightsaber?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Be nice to see a non-human character wielding a lightsaber. Of course, it's going to be played by a human, but it'd be nice to try and see something that's not human form interacting with lightsabers.
Yeah, beside Grievous,
which is a robot in a human form.
Right. And then they gave us the Wookiee, obviously, and then they're in the prequels. We have different aliens, but like you can tell they're all humans.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be kind of cool.
Would have been cool seeing Jabba the Hutt with a lightsaber, for example. Salacious Crumb, those kind of things.
I want to see Salacious Crumb be a dual wielder.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so we'll fast forward a little bit. What did you think about the so they end up meeting, on the planet and all that, and then what do you think about the fight? The Matrixy lightsaber.
Loved it.
So you don't mind that in Star Wars? There's the slow motion
using wires. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I could do without the slow motion. I'd rather just see them do the moves. Like when he jumps up and kicks him, and he does that like that Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat, like kick. That was I'm like, that's cool. That's something a Jedi would definitely do. I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I dig the slow motion, like especially the one they did it. They did he jumps off with the lightsaber coming down. And it's slow motion, and he just hits the ground. And I'm like, well, what was the point of slowing that down? It was a complete miss. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just think the slow-mo was for obviously dramatization and all that kind of stuff. I really, really enjoyed the fights. My last note says the highlight of this show for me was definitely the lightsaber fights. I feel like the choreography team got to just run wild with this and not be subjected to things that are already in canon. The one thing I didn't like about the show was the characters wielding the lightsabers, unfortunately. So yeah, that's what I put in my notes.
Yeah, I mean the lightsabers definitely. I thought the lightsabers looked really good in this episode. What did you think about his saber with the way
that made sense because he stabbed Jackie with it, so it made sense because we know we had that, and I like the whole three angle thing that we got, and then Soul used like a force push, and I like that. I thought that was really cool. I really, really enjoyed the lightsaber fights. I'm not so keen on the whip. I'm really not keen on the whip at all. But I like the fights in this scene, in the whole show.
Yeah, we only saw the whip in for 3 seconds.
But... Yeah, but the whip's going to come into more of a storyline because he's got scarred on his back and we don't know why. And then we found out the connection with the two of them. So we're going to find out why.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the YouTuber who sits there and is going to break down the choreography and, but I mean, it looks good. I like the way Kumir actually holds the saber. I mean, this to me was probably the best fight we saw in the entire series. It was way better than the Wookiee fight. That was silly. Even in episode, what was it, 4 or 5? I can't even remember. It was episode 4 or 5 when the big fight happened. The problem with that fight is it just seemed, like I said, and I've said it before, it seems like they're in a closet and they can only go so far. They are at least up and down, different levels. So this is probably the best part of the episode, was the fight. But again, I mean, then we run into an issue where all of a sudden, and then she's talking to her sister and finds out the truth about Soul.
Really, she's talking to herself, right?
You think she's talking to herself?
Well, I don't know, bro.
I mean, they fight, dude. I mean,
for all the way through this, I thought there was 2, and then they make us think that they're 1, and I'm like, so is there 2 of them, or is she seeing herself in these scenarios? I don't understand. I never understood it.
No, I think it's I don't think there's anything secret anymore. Like they kind of said, they were born as 1, separated as 2. So they are. So
if 1 dies, do both of them die?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, somehow they separate them, and I think that's why Plagueis was looking on. And that's the part I don't like, is I don't like how. So they're telling me that you're going to tell me that Plagueis got the idea for creating life from these witches. That's one of my biggest issues with this episode, and that's why I didn't really like it. Again, you have a fantastic novel already written. Why? Like, if you wanted to bring in, like even Tenebris, I mean, we don't get a huge backstory on him in the Plagueis novel, and I don't think there's any. I don't know how much lore there is on that character, but maybe have Tenebris be there instead, and then maybe at some point he has a conversation with Plagueis, and this is how they start trying to figure out how they can do it, because that's basically what they're trying to do, is how to create life and how to prevent people from dying.
Mm-hmm.
But to see Plagueis get the information from that, that's my problem with it. I would have been okay with Tenebris. I would have been okay, fine. He had to get an idea somewhere, fine. There was maybe nothing written. I mean, there probably is something on Wikipedia or somebody's created something with that character about, but I don't know. That's probably my biggest issue, because that Plagueis book is so darn good, and you just got to find someone to adapt that, because that should have been what the show should have been about anyways. But yeah. But so Yeah, to answer your question, I do think that they're supposed to be their own person now that they've been split.
Paraswan says reflections of each other are the answer to the whole nursery rhyme thing. They sing to each other. They are mirror images. Yeah, one representing the dark, one representing light. Same with Sol and Chimera, sun and moon. Yeah, I get it. Parallels. They're trying to copy Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon with their parallels, but it's not working.
So, and dude, I don't know. This whole scene, I mean, honestly, okay, so like I didn't care. Like she's choking him, right? And all of a sudden she's this powerful, and she hasn't supposedly practiced in how many years, and I don't know. I mean, what do you think about this scene?
I didn't know who was doing it. When he started to choke, I was like, why is Chimera doing this? I thought Chimera was doing something off screen because we see the girl's focus and him in the middle, Sol, and then he starts to choke, and I'm like, okay, so maybe Chimera's doing this, but no, it was May, and I was like, what? It was very confusing, but it then pulled me back into the dialogue from episode 1, where to become the Acolyte, she needed to kill a Jedi without a weapon, and that was what she was doing, and I was then brought back into understanding. So I get it, but I don't see how we got the information in episode 1 and got the payoff in episode 8. I know that that's how TV storylines usually work, but there was nothing to indicate that that's what she was going to do. I didn't think she was going to kill her.
And how did Osha? I mean, again,
she seemed proud of it.
Yeah, but like my part is, I got two things. So number one, how did she even know that she was supposed to do that, or is this just random luck that she ends up killing him with the Force instead of a saber? Number one, and then Quimera obviously knows. I don't know if Quimera ever told her that. Again, I would have to go back and rewatch it and look at and actually listen to it. But
so confusing.
And number two, why would you not try to get an explanation? You're just going to go kill this guy that you've known for how many years? He was your master. You've been hanging out with this dude for 8 episodes. And
he's been trying to speak and never always gets stopped.
Yeah, and like you're not even trying to get an explanation. I'm like, listen, your mom turned into like a dust demon, and how are we supposed to know what in the world was happening? So he stabs her. And then, of course, she goes, oh, I was going to let you guys take Osha. Well, why don't you say that before you become a dust demon?
I get that.
These are the issues. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you're going to say, you can take Osha, but let me turn into some whatever, this demon and try to, I don't know.
The writing wasn't there to explain it. This was one of my favorite parts of the episode, though. Quickjaw said it was really cool seeing a Kyber crystal bleed. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah.
Did I lose you?
And usually, here's a quick little shot because you can see it turning now. But number one, okay, so you're telling me when Anakin Skywalker goes into the Jedi training room and starts slicing down kids, his lightsaber still blue at the fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Again, there's issues there. Like, I get what she's trying to do, but like it's killing the prequels, man. This is killing the prequels more than than the sequels, or I'm sorry, than the original trilogy. And that's, again, dude, like I can only look at it the way I've viewed all of this Disney stuff in the last 10 years. I got the sequel trilogy destroying my Han, my Luke, and my Leia, and now I got the Acolyte destroying my prequels. I don't know. Again, that's just,
I get it.
That's just somebody that's seen it all. I've seen every movie in the theater, and I don't know. Like, I don't understand. And I don't know. I don't remember if we ever saw. I don't think we ever saw a Sith actually bleed their lightsaber in like Clone Wars. I don't think we ever saw that.
No, I never seen that with the light. I wasn't. So let me preface. I really enjoyed seeing the crystal bleed. I didn't enjoy seeing the lightsaber change. I didn't like that. It felt like a fight between light and dark, and in the blade itself, and that was a little bit too much. Like, no, that's a bit too much on the nose. But I liked the crystal bleeding when you see it. It literally bleeds into it. That was very, very good.
Yeah, like I said, it was cool, but like,
But not the blade. I didn't like the blade.
The blade was going to happen. I mean, it was going to happen the way it was. I mean, there you go. You can see it was turning. You know, it was.
Well, I thought it would have come out red instantly.
But again, I think my big issue is with it is that, well, okay, that's fine, but why in the world would Anakin's not turn? It's I don't know. I that's my problem with it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky. I don't know.
His phone says, I'm older than I look. I'm in my late 40s. I've been a fan since I was a toddler. She didn't realize what she was doing.
With the Force choke?
Yeah, I disagree. I think she did know what she was doing.
I mean, you see her use as soon as she does the fist, like it's like, you know what you're doing, then you're crushing him. Yeah. Have we ever seen a Jedi die because of a Force choke like that? Like this dude is a Jedi Master and he has no ability to stop her from doing that. Like, I just don't know if we've ever actually seen a Jedi get choked.
Yeah, I don't get that. Just because your larynx has been crushed, does that stop you from pushing Force out of your hands like you've been doing and like forcing her away or doing something? I don't know. It's just like he succumbed to it. He allowed it to happen, it felt like. Vader had to kill a Jedi to bleed his crystal, no? I meant the bleeding of the crystal.
So she's talking about the bleeding of the crystal, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think we've ever seen a Jedi die of choke hold. It's usually civilians and usually Vader.
I mean, did Anakin... Okay, so Anakin... Well, okay, so are we not counting Anakin as killing Mace Windu? I mean, that's... I mean...
It's not confirmed he was dead, though, is it? He just fell out of a window. He could come back in Disney Plus.
I don't know. I mean... Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's a good point you make. I mean, I guess if you want to think of it that way, at least it makes a little more sense. I would have to go back and see because I mean, he kills those. You know, we don't see everyone he kills. I mean, we see him take out Mace, and then we see him basically go right to the Jedi Temple. We don't see him. I mean, you're telling me he didn't kill any Jedi on the way into the training room where all the little younglings were? I don't know. I mean, maybe if you would have killed Obi-Wan,
didn't we see parts of it in? I don't even remember what show it was. Maybe it was Mandalorian when Kelleran Beck saved Grogu in the lift. Didn't we see scenes in that flashback?
I don't think we see Anakin though.
Or was it the door just closes? I think the door closes as the scenes were happening.
Because I mean, obviously we know that Vader, when he becomes Vader, we know that he goes out and he starts hunting out Jedi. So he's using he's using a blue lightsaber until he kills actually one Jedi. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't connect for me. But all right, I'm going to go like 5 more minutes because I've been on this thing way too long, and I know we got to get going here.
We do it every week, bro. It's the worst. It's the worst television show in history, but we find an hour to talk about it.
Yeah, no, it's unreal, ain't it? So basically, then. You know, it's crazy that this is like only halfway through the episode. Well, we have like 18 minutes of credits, of course, but so basically, you know, this part I'm not really a big fan of. I forgot. Vanessa ends up coming to the planet, and again, dude, like it just all of these shots are just they seem so small. It's like the same area. It's like
it is the same area that we've been at since the start.
But it's supposed to be like this huge, like. I don't want to call it a castle, but like it's supposed to be this huge thing, and we see like the same shots over and over again. I don't know. It's just
we're on a planet called Brendok. We get the name thrown down our throat pretty much every episode, but yet we only see one small witch tribe in a small mountain castle on that entire island, on that entire planet.
Yeah, I mean there you go. One little shot right there. So yes, as Rogue One is on the TV right now.
Oh, let's rejoice and watch it.
Yeah, actually, I just got done watching the end of Revenge of the Sith as we were going live. They were fighting. It was so good, dude.
Thank you for coming in. They say thank you for having an open discussion about the series. It was respectful and interesting. Thank you for being honest with your opinions and not just leaving because we didn't agree with what you said at the start. I really appreciate it and respect that you stayed. So thank you.
Yeah, you know, and obviously there's a lot of things that I've said on lives that people disagree with as well. And again, it's about people can have their own opinion. Like I've said it a million times. Like if you like the series, I'm more than happy for you. It's hard because I've been my life has been so much Star Wars. It just has been. I mean, when you grew up in the 80s, and I mean, and she knows it, she's in her late 40s because that's what I am. And I've grown up, and again, I've said this a million times. Like we had no Star Wars for so long. And all I would do, dude, is I would just be on StarWars.com, just reading all the lore, reading all of it. And it's funny because like we would play we used to have a Star Wars Trivia Pursuit. I probably still have it somewhere. And I would just know every question because I dug so deep into everything, legend and everything. So, but so basically then, we find out that Venestra is going to basically blame Saul for everything, which we kind of mentioned earlier. And I don't know. I mean, and we get this little creepy shot here of I don't know why these Sith guys are always like in the shadows, but so again, you think it could be a relationship. I really just think it's gonna be her Padawan. And then at the end, basically, we get the mind wipe scene, which again, it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? It's just odd. Like, okay, he can just go into her mind and wipe everything after the age of 8 and on. I don't know.
It was strange. It was very convenient for the plot line and for the writing and for the setup of season 2. But again, it was so strange and so poorly acted, in my opinion. And she's talking to her and she's asking her questions, and I'm expecting her to be a complete mute and have no sense of anything because you just had your mind bloody wiped. But yes, she knows all the information to the detail of what's happened.
And she's still saying like those lines. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not Men in Black mind read, maybe it's not instant. I don't know. We've never seen it before. It's weird, and like I just think back to like, okay, I'll even use the sequels, right? When Rey is captured by Kylo Ren in Force Awakens, and he's there and he's trying to get the stuff out of her mind. Who's to say you just couldn't erase her mind then? I mean, or do you have to be so powerful to do that? Again, it's just something new we've never seen, and it's just not explained. It's like you said, it's an easy way to clear the character. I would rather her just died. I would rather of Osha killed her, or even this dude kill her. I don't know. I thought I honestly, dude, like I was thinking when they were hugging, when we're supposed to like have all these feels,
they were going to converge into one.
No, I thought she was going to kill her. I really did.
I thought because they were under the tree. I thought the tree was the payoff again, back to where it was the begin magic, and I thought that they might have converged into one, but no, they didn't.
Yeah, what would have been really cool, honestly, is if she would have killed her, and then they ended up being the same person all along, and then it was basically like she killed herself, and that's how that ended. But obviously they want her to continue on with this character. So
yeah.
But I would have I was thinking that. I was like
how Kylo killed Solo.
Okay. I would have been okay with that, dude. I would have been like, okay, it makes sense. Because she's been struggling the entire series with who she is or whatever. And then she ends up pretending like she's gonna go kill her sister. And it's actually she kills herself because they are actually one person. Now it would have been issues because you could go back throughout the whole series, the whole season, and you would find that it may not link up correctly. But again, I did say it last week. So going into this episode, I kind of thought it. I thought that would have been good. And listen, if you want to still have the Plagueis little creepy thing, and so maybe I don't know. I would have liked Plagueis to come in and just wipe them all out. That's what I was hoping for. Wipe out the fake Sith or something. Maybe we find out he's some kind of fake Sith. I don't know, dude. But I think I said that like back in episode 3. I kind of wanted Plagueis to come at the end and just kill them all.
Yeah, I like how ironically and completely unknowingly in episode 1 of this breakdown, I asked you if these girls are supposed to be the same person or if they are different. And you remember me asking you that in episode 1, and it ended up being that. I was like, how did I get that? I like just innocently asking because I assumed, is there two different actresses doing this or is it the same girl? And my naivety was correct. It is strange.
Yeah.
Look at all these polish buttons. Who cleans this ship?
I know. Yeah, it's they have some good cleaners. Probably a droid. And then so they take May back because they just leave her there, I guess. And Vanessa gets her, and I don't know. I mean, we have this little thing. It says, lightsaber ignites, OSHA screaming, but like I don't know. I mean, it's obviously her thinking about it. So is her mind really wiped? That's the only thing I was thinking there, because she's like, well, does the name OSHA mean anything to you? And she just kind of like, so I don't know. What do you think? Do you think she's like?
I had no idea.
Like, I mean, I watched that part 3 times yesterday because I was like, well, is her mind even wiped? Is she thinking about it? Like, I don't know what we're supposed to think. Is that in her head, or is this just for the viewer? I don't know.
It's for the viewer. It's poor writing, and it was for the viewer. It was hammering down to us. Remember what she forgot, even though we've told you about it several times. You need to remember about what she forgot, and that's what that was.
Think it's in her head at all, then?
No, I think she's completely clueless to all of that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's going to be a season 2, and she's going to get it back. She's going to get those memories back, and it's going to be the whole.
I mean, if not, what do you do with the character? I mean, what do you do with her? And is it Persephone?
Perisphone?
So she says, the Jedi of the High Republic had some insane force powers, which is cool, but again,
Pip recorded it all. Yeah.
People who aren't reading those books, they have no idea, and they just continue. Disney just continues to make up these force powers that we've never seen, and I understand there definitely could be other force powers. I mean, we see some of that stuff in the video games, right? But
yeah,
Pip recorded it all. That would be all right. I like that. I like that idea at least.
Droids are useful in Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like how they took Pip away. I don't like how they made Pip evil. I don't like that. I like Pip. And then of course, at the end we get the old money shot there, I guess, right? Well, we see her burning Saul, and she blames Saul for everything, and then we see. Oh, I just missed it. It happens so quick too. We need to talk. Sorry. It's a little the internet.
I think if you use your arrow keys, you can go back and forward 10 seconds.
Yeah, I have that option on here. I'm trying to. The internet's not that great, to be honest with you. Because
you get it though. You're trying to show us the Yoda scene, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get there. Yeah, it's like right here. I'm just missing.
I would get to that point, play it, and then pause it. Point you want to pause it.
There we go. There you go. Harry Yoda. Dude, I'll be honest with you. He looks a lot older here than he does in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be young.
Yeah, he look at the grays, man. I feel like he's got way more gray hair on there.
This is the Yoda that speaks to Luke in the cave.
I know. Maybe
not the youngest ever Yoda that we've ever seen on television, because this is the youngest era he's been in. Bro, when they showed this, I'm sure you can imagine, I was absolutely seething with happiness, because this show was that terrible, and yet he did nothing about it. And you know my feelings on this little green dude. I can't stand him. He sits around, does nothing, and gets all the credit. He's all powerful, knowing, massive ego brain, the most powerful Jedi that they say, and he did not know this, and he's now going to allow another green species to lie to him, and he's going to believe it. Maybe he doesn't believe it, maybe he does, maybe we were lied to all the way up until the Phantom Menace, and we get the line we get. But bro, Yoda dropped the ball.
Do you think they dare have him be part of this? Because
he's in it.
I understand that, but like, okay, her lying to him, I don't know how he wouldn't sense anything. I mean, that's all he does.
Saul didn't sense anything.
Well, Saul was not a great Jedi. So, but
says Yoda is?
I really hope I really hope they don't have him be part of it, dude. If I have to watch the Phantom Menace again and think it back and like Yoda was part of hiding all of this corruption,
then I'm going to rejoice and be a happy man because it's true. I've been right all this time. But bro,
that's
yeah,
why
it
he
can't
just
be right.
sits around all day.
Yeah, that's why he sits around all day because he's ashamed. That was what what's his name was doing. Torben, he did something bad and sat around all day for the rest of his lifetime. In all serious though, it was a complete and utter grab to the masses. Come watch season 2 because Yoda might be in it. That was all that was. Genuinely. Like I watched Theory's reaction to it as well, and he was pretty much the same as me. He was like, this better not be Yoda. This better not be Yoda. And it was. And yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I was thinking there before they actually showed Yoda is I was just thinking it was going to be Plagueis. But again,
yeah,
like
no,
it would have
she's
been
hiding in
weird.
plain sight.
It would have been weird because like she was in, on Coruscant, and why would he have been there? Dude, I don't know. I don't want them to do season 2. I just don't. I don't want them to ruin Plagueis. Unless they're bringing someone else on to do it. But
Yoda is all over the demise of the Order. He was around for 900 years and he did nothing. It definitely is a gut punch. Yep, yeah. He did nothing. What's that one? Man, Yoda is a dick. I think she's scared of Soul deeply. She's been a politician, and we know a politician never lies. The tragedy goes to waste. Yoda, man, Yoda is a dick. I agree.
All right. Well, chat. I didn't put a poll up, but chat. Let us know what is your score for. I don't know. Score. Give us a score for the entire series. So Ryan, what I'll do is before I get out of here, give me a score for the episode. And then give me your score for the entire series.
Score of the episode was 6 out of 10.
So that would rank
it's finally over. My highest episode, my highest one.
That was higher than episode 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's my highest one because it was good. The lightsabers were good. It's finally now over, so I don't have to laugh at this show and to be part of the crazy stuff that's been going on. I will say, though, I wrote in my notes, the first line in my notes, I do not hate this show, and I don't think people should. I don't like it, but I do not hate it. And there's people online that have really strong feelings against this and really strong feelings against Leslie Headley, even to the point of death threats. And that's wrong. This is only a television. This is only entertainment. I don't think any of that stuff should ever come into it just because it's a Star Wars show. Saying that, if they absolutely butchered my Game of Thrones and my True Love, I would probably be on that same bandwagon with everybody going crazy. So it's what you love and what you don't love, I guess. For overall, I'd say 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 for the season.
Wow, I'm shocked it's that high. I really am. I mean,
I'm adding up everything that happened.
Right, but are you telling me that like season 8 of Game of Thrones, you're giving like a 7 out of 10?
No, season 8 of Game of Thrones, I'm giving it a 3 out of 10.
A 3. So you don't think this damaged more of Star Wars than episode or season 8 of Game of Thrones did?
No.
I mean, it ruined Grey Worm. It ruined Daenerys. I did not like the way the Night King died. I thought that was stupid.
But I was already on the decline with the feeling of the show after season 4 and 5. I already knew where it was going. In a sense, I was already watching something that wasn't from the original creator. Whereas the same with this. But
I still don't think that season 6 and 7, 5, 6, and 7 are all that bad. Anyways, I still enjoy watching them. Season 8, I hate watching. I think it's horrible.
I'd say 6 at a push. 6 overall for the season at a push. I'm mediocre on the fence. I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna do the only episode that I liked was the first one because it had a decent setup. Although I didn't like a lot of the characters, especially Jorg. And we find out that he's basically useless anyways. He was there to take his shirt off.
Eye candy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. This episode, I think I give the last 2 episodes like a 0. This episode, I guess I'll give it like a 4. Again, more because of what you said, because the lightsaber battle was the best of the series. I'm still not crazy about that slow motion stuff in Star Wars, though. It just seems too much. It seems too kung fu for me. But it was much better than episode 5 or whatever episode that was. And so yeah, I would say a 4. It was probably the second best episode, although I had a lot of issues with it. But at least it's again, here's the thing. So overall the series, I did not like it at all. It was, for me, it was worse than Kenobi. It was I think it was worse than Kenobi, and I did not like.
This
Kenobi.
is the worst live action Star Wars I've seen by Disney.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like for you to say a 6, I'm shocked. Like a 6 for me would be like Kenobi, or even a 5 for Kenobi.
What did
like for me overall,
did I give Ahsoka out of 7? Kenobi was about. We didn't talk when Kenobi was out, but yeah.
No, we didn't. Kenobi for me would be like a solid 5.5 to 6. Book of Boba Fett. Again, that was just a train wreck as well, and I would have gave that like a 5 or a 6. I mean, the 2 episodes with Luke are the ones that saved it, and with Mando and Luke. I mean, because it was just a train wreck. Like,
so was Boba Fett better than this? Surely not.
I would probably rewatch Boba Fett before I rewatch this. I mean, the only reason why I'm rewatching Boba Fett is just because of the
connection to the lore that you already know and love.
Episodes with Mando, yeah.
Actually,
I probably wouldn't rewatch Boba Fett. I'd probably watch.
So is this Star Wars to you, and is this in your head the first appearance of Plagueis? Because that's what we got, and that's what we got to live with.
It's hard, dude. I still think that not that it's like a multiverse, because I'm not, you can't. I'm not gonna do the Marvel thing, but dude, it's hard. It's hard after watching The Last Jedi. And now just kind of watching this and like thinking about Boba Fett being basically like an old fat dude who hired a TikTok Avenger. What do we call those dudes? I can't
remember. They were some on bikes.
Like that was just awful, and the whole modding thing was stupid. I don't know who was that. Filoni? I don't know what he was doing in that show. Dude, Book of Boba Fett was pretty bad. Yeah, but I would say Kenobi was probably better than Book of Boba Fett. But
okay. So what's your season score for this one then? And we'll let you get out of it and go to your concert and enjoy your night.
I think a 2.
A 2 out of the whole season? Okay.
It's still my least favorite. It's still my least favorite.
I mean,
I didn't like. I mean, we both didn't like Mando season 3 either. But like, I would go back and watch that over this. I just don't think I could. I don't think I can watch this again. I just don't. It's too. Okay. There's too much. It's not enough. Number one, not enough happens. Number 2, it just breaks a lot of things for me. At least the Boba Fett stuff came after the fact. And when you start going back into the past and to talk about, what's coming up, that is a bigger issue for me. Even Last Jedi, at least as much as I hate that movie, because I just do, it's really what ruined Star Wars for me anyways. And it's not even so much of what happens with the Force dyad, and it's just what they ruined Luke Skywalker, and you know me, like he's my favorite character of all time in anything. And for me to have to sit through there and watch him throw his lightsaber over his shoulder, I'll never forget that day, dude. Like I just looked at my wife, I'm like, what the hell was that? And then it just got worse from there. And Rise of Skywalker, listen. It's a terrible movie, but but again, when you have 2 directors that are fighting against each other, this is what happens. So it's hard for me to even say like Rise of Skywalker is just not a good movie either, but it's not. They did what they had to. They did what J.J. Abrams did what he tried to do. Like Rian Johnson ruined it. He just ruined it. You can't do that with that kind of character that's so iconic.
Yeah.
I mean. I honestly, dude, I wish J.J. Abrams would have brought Luke back in Rise. I wish there would have been a way from bring him back. I don't know. I would have been fine with that. Come on. Like I said, dude, world between worlds. That's where we need to go. We need to erase a lot of this. Start over. Yeah. Honestly, at this point, maybe we just need to go like 1,000 years in the future and just create brand new stuff.
That's what they need to do. I said at the start of this, I was excited to follow a story that didn't follow the Skywalker saga, because I wanted something different in the Star Wars world. And then they tried too many times to connect it to things that happened in that saga, and it ruined it for me.
Yeah, I just think that's what.
me.
All right, I'm getting the wrap it up.
Yeah.
From the old wife over here. So
yeah, and next week you're gonna get something thrown at you. So let's just get out of it.
Yes. No, I have not watched House of the Dragon yet from Sunday. I think we're planning on doing it. It's been crazy.
You watched Acolyte, but you didn't watch Star Wars.
Because I knew Acolyte was gonna be like 32 minutes.
I get you, bro. No, I get it. You want to sit down and enjoy it and have the thoughts and not have to rush out. I get it.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna watch it Friday, or we might do like a double feature thing on Sunday when we're at Huntington. Because
it is a setup episode for 6. It's a setup episode for 6, so you probably want to watch 5 and 6 together.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, I mean, maybe we'll do that. But one last thing.
After that, we've got 2 more, and it's done.
I know. Well, one quick thing. This is for you. San Diego Comic-Con. So like, in like a week and a half, or gosh, man, dude, I'll be there in like a week actually. Shaun of the Dead. There's an offsite. We got tickets today, and you get to go into the Winchester, and there's dude, I'm gonna film the whole thing. I'll make a video out of it.
Yeah.
I thought of you when I saw this. I know you like.
Yeah, because the Winchester is an actual pub in the UK.
Right. So yeah, we're excited that we get to go.
Oh, nice, bro. Yeah, I hope the gun's above the bar, and you go in and you order a pint of Guinness.
I'll take some really and you get a free pint and everything like that, and it's just kind of cool.
Nice.
And then I think I told you I bought Fun Day tickets, right?
Yeah.
So I have a couple good videos to make, and obviously my San Diego Comic-Con video. And then tomorrow we're going to Universal. So if my wife comes back here to take care of the dog, I might do a live from the park. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. Cool. But no, it'll be on my phone, so I don't know how that works with StreamYard. But
it works just the same as this one, bro.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see if season 2 happens. I possibly might be live tomorrow. I'll probably go live from Fun Days on next Friday. And I mean, I'll be back. I'll be back for the last episode live with Ryan for House of the Dragon. So if you are not following Ryan, make sure you guys do that. It's Ryan Milky 14 on YouTube, and he'll be he's been doing lives on Cook Live on Sunday, and then he does a full breakdown of House of the Dragon on Mondays. And then I'll definitely be joining you for the last one on that. So
can't wait, bro. It's gonna be fun.
Cool. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Don't forget, stay milky, keep those heads on. And we'll see you guys in the next video.